Hi, I'm Tom Hughes. Thanks for watching Red Wings Channel 6. Today we're talking with Jay Owens, the city engineer, about the Highway 61 project. That's going to be a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, a big project for the city, but it's a great opportunity. There'll be definitely inconveniences during construction, but to get that road rebuilt, it hasn't been touched, for since
well, it's been
the
a
50s.
long time.
It's been a long time. We got some old utilities. The thing of it is the road is old, but the utilities are even older because when they reconstructed in the 50s, they left the old water mains and sewer mains that are from the early 1900s, late 1800s. So we've got over 100-year-old utilities that need to be changed out while we're doing this work.
What's the biggest part of this project that you see?
The biggest part as far as schedule-wise is the underground, is the utilities. That's going to be the schedule controlling operation for this project. And that's why the project, as we got looking and scoping this out, the project moved from a 1-year possible construction to 2 years. So we're going to do it over 2 years, and a big part of that is the utilities and the rock excavation that's needed to put in the new water main and the new sewer main that we're looking at. So,
and do you do this in segments, Jay?
Yeah, the first segment for 2015 is from Old West Main Street to Broad Street. So that we call the gateway portion coming into town. And then 2016 segment will be from Broad Street to Potter Street, which would be the downtown segment.
Almost by ADM there.
Yes, yep, we'll end right near ADM.
And does this coincide with the bridge construction, or is that later?
That's later. So we do want to definitely get in here and get this done before the bridge construction starts, because of course that's a whole nother 2 to 3 year project. And that's scheduled right now to start in 17 and go through 18 and into 19. So that's we get our downtown done, and then we'll start another big project with MnDOT and be working on our river crossings. So.
Anybody that drives those routes, develop extra patience.
Extra
right?
patience and develop, especially if you're local, develop some alternatives to avoid all that traffic and the detours that are going to be in the downtown area, or the pseudo detours I would call them, because we're not. During the 61 project, we're not looking at putting detours out and bringing people out of town. We want to keep 2 lanes open through town.
Good.
But we do encourage people to use alternate routes to try to, because we will be down to 2 lanes of traffic during construction rather than the 4 that are down there today. So find alternate routes. We are going to post a truck detour to try to get the trucks out of the downtown area while we're doing this construction, because there's numerous vehicles that don't need to go through town that can kind of bypass Red Wing, especially the bigger trucks that are kind of on a long haul type scenario. So it will be what you said before. Some patience is going to be needed during this construction, but when we're through, we feel we'll have a very good, we'll have a good roadway through town, and probably be another 50 to 60 years before it's touched again for reconstruct. So.
Wow, and I don't think we'll be here then, will we?
Probably not.
I don't think I'll be doing this then.
Yeah.
We've got to remember there's a lot of local people that have businesses in those areas, so find alternate places to park now before they start the construction, so you can still go to the businesses you want to frequent.
Correct, and that's something that we have there's a group that started through our Port Authority and the Chamber called the Main Event. And that group is really going to encourage businesses or people to frequent those businesses still during construction, help to get signage to make sure people know how to get to the businesses they want to get to, where to park. But there is an impact when you do a road project. There's no question. And the impact to the businesses is something is scary to the businesses, and we understand that. And we're going to do everything on the construction side to make sure the signing is appropriate, to make sure parking is appropriate, to make sure we can get their deliveries in and out, which is a big thing during construction for the trucks and so forth that need to get to the businesses to bring in their product. So, we'll have it set up such that we'll have a 24-hour contact to get a hold of someone, a project manager that can make provisions to get that truck in the next morning because they've got a delivery coming or something changed and they need to do this.
Good.
So we're getting those contacts out. We're going to be doing everything we can to make it you know, to make it as
well,
painless as
user-friendly,
possible.
right? Yeah.
User-friendly as possible, with the understanding there's no question this is going to be a major inconvenience, you know.
What do you think we'll notice the most once this is all done? Will there be traffic changes in our heads that we'll have to learn how to drive differently in downtown Red Wing?
What you'll probably notice the most is some of the pedestrian amenities that are going in at the key pedestrian crossings. One of them being from the YMCA to the Chamber corner there, okay. So the Broad Street crossing Main. Yep. We're going to do some curb extensions there, which move the curbs out and allow the pedestrian crossing to be a shorter crossing. Also, the same thing with the curb extensions we're doing at Bush Street, which are a pedestrian amenity. And what that does is it brings the pedestrians out closer to the through traffic, so they can see the traffic that's going on 61, which is carrying 23,000 cars a day.
There's a lot of cars whizzing by there.
A lot of cars whizzing by, and by trying to shorten those crossings up, trying to make a safer pedestrian crossing at those key locations. Another big change that we're excited about is currently on East Avenue, when you're approaching 61, you have to be in the left lane to turn left. So what we're going to do is put in a dual left turn lane there from East Avenue onto Main Street, which is the biggest movement of the intersection, is that turning movement, that is. So for the traffic heading back would be northbound, turning off of East Avenue, there'll be 2 lanes of left turning traffic rather than just 1.
So if we're headed north on 61 or Main Street, turning by the Y or the Chamber to turn left to go to the post office, is that what you're talking about?
Well, more turning left to actually head north. So if you're coming up East Avenue heading northbound, right now there's only 1 left turn lane. There'll be 2 there that will actually have 2 left turn arrows, and it'll be a protected movement. So you're not trying to watch for traffic coming up Broad Street. You know how it's sometimes you're turning left and you're waiting for a car coming up past the...
On my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Please don't run over me.
And then that won't be conflicting anymore. The lefts will have their own movement to cross that without having to watch for traffic coming up from the river there.
Good.
So that we feel is a big safety improvement. And at the same time those dual lefts are turning, there'll be no pedestrians in the crosswalk crossing from Econo Foods over to the former Taco John's. That crosswalk will have don't walk. So it's really trying to get those left turners, which is a heavy movement,
it is, yeah,
through that intersection, and then allow the other movements to happen.
And what's the date of the first jackhammer?
We're hoping April.
Okay.
If we get an early spring. But
there's not going to be any more snow, I know.
All right.
I bought a snowblower.
All right. Well, then it is April. We'll be going April or May of 2015 to second week in August for completion for the first phase is what we're looking at.
Yep.
And that's another key of breaking it into 2 years, is we want to be done in August both years, because the fall is a busy time for the festivals.
Oh, for the leaf trippers, yeah. So there'll be a pause then? You guys won't be doing any work after August?
That is the plan, is to be done. I mean, there are things that can come up during construction that can push that schedule out, but we've built some float in there that early August to late August, we could have the construction done for both seasons.
Good.
Is the plan,
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, like this?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I know how it works.
And it does depend on weather, and it depends on other things that you run into during construction. But as of right now, we feel comfortable that we can be out of the way, so we have a good September, October open for the leaf, like you said, the leaf season and everything else that goes on downtown in the fall.
Good.
So
I can't wait to turn right in the left turn lane.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure that's what I'll do at least once.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Jay. Nice to have you in today.
All right. Well, thank you.
Jay Owens is our city engineer, and I'm Tom Hughes. Thanks for watching Red Wings Channel 6.